Friend, has this happened to you before? The one of smile. Friend, has this happened to Need to give bad news to someone? Wanda smiles. Need to tell someone you've accidentally slept with a relative of theirs? Wanda smiles. Need to tell someone that, sorry, you're fired? One of smiles. Bad news to someone? Slept with a relative of theirs? Sorry, you're fired. One of smiles. Bad news to someone? Slept with a relative of theirs? You're fired. One of smiles. One of Hello, everyone. It's me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, your favorite redhead from Pennsylvania, for another week of the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons Zero Sugar Edition. That's right, the sweetness of Radagast, Bertram Reynolds, and Elian are unavailable this week, so they're sweet and savory. We're the savory part of the Longshots.
I don't think you're very savory, Colt.
Well, that's the last postcard you'll get from me. Now I'm going to.
So what about Sour Patch Kids? Sweet than sour? Sour than sweet?
Yeah.
I'm definitely more sour than sweet. Throw it over to the best DM on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. at twitch.tv/longshotsdnd, Mr. Silent Buck.
Hello, folks. It's been fun. In between sessions, I've had one of our lovely players try to pick my brain on some stuff they might be picking up with behind the scenes. Makes me proud.
Oh yeah,
we do have a podcast.
Yeah, there's some fucking conspiracy theories going on tonight. You really should join our Discord server because you can listen in to the conversation before and listen to the madness of dissent some of these players are going into. Very Pepe Sosa.
I have too much time in my hands.
Well, in that regard, then, how's the week been?
Are so good.
I've
Good.
been busy with exams.
Hey, well, how'd you do, or how do you think you did?
I think I did all right. We shall see.
Hey, that's better than thinking you bombed it.
Exactly.
Radagast's significant other just did their sergeant's exam, so fingers crossed. You know, we might have a sergeant.
Sarge, yeah, nice.
Yeah. So, Badger, if you're out there listening,
What does a sergeant's exam consist of?
probably bossing people around, maybe a couple fire drills.
The beeper test.
I feel like honestly, it's probably like a lot more involved than that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's probably fitness goals,
They probably just have
couple mile run in
They
there.
have to frown and wear a hat differently.
I like that. You know what? I'm actually going to text that to him. I hope she learns how to frown and wear a hat differently.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll go over real
Well. Oh, and we have BBS Prodigy in the chat, or as you like to call him, Pro Diggy.
Oh gosh, I for some reason need to sign into the chat, so I have no idea what's going on. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I misspelled well. It's going to be a good night. Okay. Well, as we always do. Colt, bring us in.
Last week on the Longshots
Dungeons and Dragons post-dragon horde looking at. Boy howdy, did the Longshots pull in quite a haul. Lots of gold, some magical items, and oh gosh, is that floor moving? They fought a horde mimic, a large mimic that was mean and stuff, but fortunately were able to defeat it despite being a little short-handed and whatnot. They hauled up all the gold, decided what to do with it. The Hella wanted to responsibly throw it over the side to the masses, and surely a riot would not break out doing that. However, other ideas came up about perhaps creating an outpost, revitalizing an area, not gentrifying and pricing people out of their homes on the slums of Neverwinter, because gentrification is a scourge of capitalism, of course, but a way to help build out an area. Rue had some sticky fingers, and basically they took everything they could from the castle. Oh, also, Colt, Vel, and Elliot's dead father spoke to Colt for some reason, and no one else could hear him. Cool. Everything's cool. Now, the airship is headed back towards Neverwinter for a probably several day travel. And when they get back, their next moves will be decided. Will the Longshots get back to Neverwinter without any issues? What's next for the huge haul of gold? And apparently, there's a big bad out there still that maybe some of the Longshots are completely unaware of because they haven't really discussed it as of yet. Find out that and more on the Longshots Zero Sugar edition of the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons.
I like that. Okay. So as discussed, you have moved the remains of the Dragon Horde onto the Ametrine 416 and have been making your way back to Neverwinter. Over the first night of beautiful but uneventful travel, what have you guys been up to?
Not much because I'm driving the ship. But if we stop for a break, I do want to have a chat with Rue.
Okay.
You're gonna have to find her first. Haha.
I'm plugged into the ship system. I see everything.
That is very inconvenient.
So somewhere in a dark corner of the Ametrine 416, her face just kind of like pops out of the wall, Sirius Black style.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Rue was gonna be pretty startled with that. She has like a lock and thieves' tools that she's tinkering with, just kind of practicing away.
Hi. Sorry for disturbing you.
Like, I'm glad that you have acknowledged that you disturbed me.
Listen. About what happened earlier. I guess I'm wondering. I mean, I don't know. Why do you steal?
Well, I mean, how am I supposed to be the best thief that has ever thieved if I don't have nice people to practice on?
Okay.
I don't know why I get so bent out of shape about it.
Well, I think I didn't know you were practicing.
Well, yeah, I always give everything back, don't I? I mean, maybe in a roundabout sort of way, but it always ends up back in the rightful place.
Know that?
Well,
I
yeah.
mean-
Where I'm from, it's kind of like a fun joke.
Oh. Where are you from?
I mean, a lot of places, but most recently with the Black Hooks.
Okay. I mean, Colt likes to steal things too.
Yeah, see, I don't know why he's not more on board with this.
I think it was because we didn't really understand your motives.
Well, I can't just tell you my motives. If I announced that I was about to steal something from people, then it wouldn't really be good practice.
Right, but you have to understand that there's people in the group that really have a hard time trusting, even their friends. I've been working on it. I don't understand it myself. But, it's stuff
I
like
mean,
that I think can be seen as as if you're trying to take something that's not yours from
well, to be fair, that's exactly what I'm
people
trying to do.
from people who want to help you.
People want to help me?
Of course, I want to help you.
Oh. In that case, I think that we should try
Thank
and
you.
steal something together.
Oh? What do you want to steal?
I don't know. You're the one who's plugged into the ship. Is there anything on anybody's person that will obviously be returned at a later date that might be fun to snatch for a minute? Cause a little panic?
I mean, Colt's hat is always a challenge.
That is a challenge. Do you think you could distract him or something?
Yes.
Huzzah! This is a fantastic plan.
But I do want to just say, there are some items that people keep on their person that are very sentimental and important to them. That it might be worth maybe avoiding those. I mean, you're welcome to steal any of my rocks, but there are a few items that I hold dearer than others.
Rue is gonna look slightly amused and dump out a pile of Ametrine's rocks on the floor. Be like, you can have these back. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
But I'm curious to see how they come back to me in a roundabout way.
Ooh. Well, in that case, and Rue's gonna tuck them all back into her cloak.
But for me, and she gestures to the crystal that she has around her neck. This one, if I don't have this, it will prevent me from using my magic.
Understood. That one is off limits.
Please. Also, she gestures to a ring, and this one helps keep me safe.
Rue is gonna pull out Elian's defense ring and be like, this one wouldn't happen to be like that, would it?
It's exactly like that.
Shit.
Yeah, I think Elian's been missing that.
Well, I'll make sure that gets back to him a little speedier than the other things.
Wonderful. And in regards to Vel's ring, I apologize that it blew up the way that it did. I just hope that you can see it from Colt and Vel's perspective as well.
Yeah, and I completely got that. I did not know that was a significant thing. I missed the first half of the conversation. The gold was a little distracting.
Yeah. And plus, as adventurers, we also carry around a lot of dangerous items that, could hurt you. And we don't want that.
That's fair. I mean, I try to keep it to, what I think are knickknacks, but I'll try and be more careful.
Wonderful. Okay, but yes, Colt's hat is a very, very that like if you managed to steal that, like I think you would be considered a top end thief.
Can you keep a secret?
Yes.
The hat or another one of Colt's items might be kind of why I'm here.
Oh?
And that's all I'm at liberty to say.
What are you looking for?
Nothing in particular.
What does it look like? Maybe I can keep an eye out.
Genuinely, nothing in particular.
Just anything.
Yeah, anything of Colt's.
Okay. All right, I'll go distract him.
Perfect. All right, wait, before you go, where is he? Since you're plugged in.
Where is Colt?
Colt will be. I mean, Colt is where he has been when traveling since Ezekiel's death. He is at the bow of the ship, looking forward, arms crossed, swashbuckler coat and braid flapping a bit in the wind, unless he's looking for someone, and currently he's not looking for anyone.
Okay, I'll relay this message. I'll relay this to Rue.
Perfect. All right, so Rue is going to start making her way up there. She's going into this knowing very obviously that they're going to get caught, but she sees it as like a bonding experience with Ametrine. Because we're like here in broad daylight trying to snatch a hat off of his head.
Yeah.
All right. Then standing out at the bow, looking out at the nice clearing that you're in, forests on the edge, breeze blowing through and birds chirping, contemplating life's many questions.
Many.
Colt, are you there?
I'm always around one way or another.
Hi. Sorry to bother you.
Never bother.
I have an issue
Okay.
that I hope that you can explain to me.
Well, I do my best to explain this world to you. I will endeavor to do the same here.
While this is going on, Rue is sneaking up behind Colt and gets a 21 for sleight of hand.
Can you explain to me why
Can you roll me stealth as well?
Yeah.
Generally,
Why-
just as you're creeping up.
why
23.
Vel eats so much?
Why? So what's that?
Can you explain to me why Vel eats so much? And she hesitates, like she's clearly trying to come up with like a lie.
Oh,
Go ahead. Let your thought out and I'll narrate on top of it.
well, I mean, she has a very high metabolism, as you can tell. Never puts a fucking pound on. She's a very curious person. She's like much better than when I first met her. When I first met her, it was like I had to slap her hand just like not to eat like poison mushrooms and whatnot. She just loves food, and as someone who enjoys the material plane of food and wine and drink and laughs, it's one of the most endearing parts about her. Just something you have to keep like a tabs on when you're out and about in like the world. But she just loves to eat food, and gosh, who doesn't?
Well, you know how I can see most things on the ship. I noticed her eating some strange berries that I think she found on the mountain.
Ugh.
And I don't know what they are.
How long ago?
Just now.
All right, I'll go see what's going on.
And while
I
you
don't
say
know
that,
that-
Eating dragon.
taking a nice taste of dragon. You smell
Dragon
the
jerky.
oil that one might put on locks to keep them from getting all ridiculous. Metal of thieves' tools and the slight brush of your hair.
Okay. Well, Colt will whip around and look at Rue and go, "Yes? Can I help you?"
At that point, Rue is wearing his hat and laughing.
Ametrine's laughing along.
You are a lot to deal with sometimes. You know that?
Rue is gonna climb up to the bird's nest while you're like, "I'm Colt."
All right. Well, enjoy. And then Colt's gonna just kind of roll his eyes and go find Valhalla to make sure she's not dying from berries.
All right.
Okay, DM, did I pass that second check?
No.
Oh shit. Okay. So Colt, your pockets are also noticeably heavier.
It's funny because that's what I just messaged him. Your pockets just so happen to feel heavier.
Oh, there it is.
With all of Ametrine's rocks.
Yep.
Colt's going to, as he's, I guess Vel's under the deck.
Yep,
Where's
as he
Vel?
goes throughout.
Okay, Colt's going to go looking for Vel and feel like his coat pulling down a bit harder than usual. Open up the pocket, see the rocks in there, and go, all right.
Rue, I will point out that I'm not necessarily a very sporting target. Because A, I see everything, and B, I can't really stop you. Because I'm passed out. I'm incapacitated in the chair.
This is true. Are you playing along?
Yes.
Perfect.
I understand that you're just having fun and try to make people smile. Yeah, I think, as I said, I think just the issue was some of the items were a little bit important.
Right.
Vel, where are you?
Val is down in the hole, like right next to that old broom closet no one uses. She's made like a little. She's holding like she's eating mystery dragon meat that she's cooked questionably, and talking seemingly to herself, narrating about how it tastes and how you should totally try it. It's great.
Is her mother in the closet? I assume. Out of character.
Yeah.
Val, Valhalla.
Oh, what are you doing in here?
Someone said you were eating mysterious berries.
I'm not eating any berries.
What are you eating?
Food.
And who are you talking to?
Myself.
Inside check.
Oh my god. I'm gonna. Should I roll deception?
If you're trying to be deceiving.
I am indeed.
On the other
Roll
hand, you
one.
could try convincing him instead of deceiving him. Persuasion. You know what I mean? Whatever your intent would be.
I'm just pulling it up on my phone because my cat's claimed my laptop.
Know how that goes?
Yeah, I'm gonna try persuading him that I am totally talking to myself, and he should leave it alone. I got a 24.
All right, I'm convinced. All right, you're okay. You're not eating like anything sus. Or anything like that?
No, it's fully cooked, so it should be fine.
Can I have some?
yeah, she offers him a half-eaten piece of dragon meat.
It's not too bad, actually. Alright, I'll have to go get my hat back. Rue is being Rue. Whatnot.
Yeah,
You okay?
he just looks a little sad at it when he mentions Rue. I don't know. I know that she's, you know, part of the Black Hooks, and that means she's potentially dodgy. But I really thought that we were friends and that I could trust her, and she still stole something really important to me. And even when I was clearly like upset about it, she didn't give it back for a while, and that kind of upset me. Fuck.
Well, I mean, yeah, Black Hooks, generally speaking, are a bit much and whatnot, so... And you're a Black Hook as well, so...
Yeah, but I
There sh-
wouldn't
there
do
sh-
that to Rue.
Yeah, there should
Or
be
you,
some...
or anyone.
There should be some professional courtesy there, so perhaps...
Yeah.
She was unaware of the importance of said thing, but I don't really know her that well.
But even once I was, like, clearly quite distressed over losing something, she still didn't
Maybe she
give
should-
it back. Even when I, like, said that, even when someone said that, like I said I trusted her and that we should stop blaming her, and then it was her, and I feel quite stupid about that as well.
Well, I mean, maybe she just can't read people very well, but I'll have a chat with her and whatnot, and I think maybe you two should, you know, have a few drinks together, and you know, once she realizes the importance of said thing, maybe she'll be less likely to do said thing.
Yeah, maybe.
But I got your back. Don't worry. It'll be okay.
Thank you.
Of course. Leans down, kisses her.
Are you doing alright?
Sure. I'm doing fine. Everything's
Alright, you know, if you need to talk, that you're always welcome to come chat with me, or if you just want a hug.
Well, I mean, never turn on the hug, but if
She hugs him immediately.
can't even get the sense stuff. Hugs her back and goes, "There's some things going on, but I'm still trying to sort it out. But once I have it sorted out, I'll tell you. Okay?
Okay, just if you do need help, don't get out of your depth before asking me.
Oh,
So I had to roll something behind the scenes, and
Jesus.
Colt.
Yeah.
from behind the door you hear,
Oh dear.
Colt will kind of for those watching the stream, Colt will kind of just like lean his head to the side, looking at the door.
Ametrine's gonna jump in and just try to fake sneeze. Chew. Sorry, I think I'm coming down with something.
I mean, I feel like I need to roll to believe her. Oops, sorry.
At this point, Rue is gonna barge in and be like, "Oh, sorry guys, my bad."
We're all like fake sneezing.
Belle is at this point leaning against the broom covered door, trying to like hide it from Colt's view somehow. Like, yeah, weird. The walls are sneezing. The ship must be sick. It was damaged a bit after all. We should get around to fixing it before it gets too sick. Don't want the ship to have a fever.
Rue's gonna double down and try and distract him and be like, "I've set up a scavenger hunt. Your hat is somewhere on the ship."
But not here, because that would be too obvious.
Correct.
I feel like there should be some, like there needs to be some rules for this.
I feel like we're all like contradicting and being so obvious that you know something's up.
I know
like no
something-
rule is required.
I feel like something is up a bit. But
I rolled a nat 20 for a 21 total deception for that sneeze.
See, and this is where the RP comes in. You guys, a lot of the time, will leave your choices up to dice, which is completely fine. However, your character can act whatever way your character wants to act. So, you know, feel free. You can constantly try to deceive him, and then just have that be that. You know what I mean? Die on that hill. But you know, hey, again, no wrong way. If you guys want to use dice for it, feel free.
Rue is dying on the scavenger hunt hill. She's gonna get really annoyed that Colt is not coming immediately.
Yeah, Val is gonna adamantly claim the ship is sick, but I think that I'm not gonna roll for it. Colt knows that she's straight up lying.
Ew.
Alright, Cole will kind of look at everyone around him right now. He'll walk up to Valhalla and sort of put both his hands on her shoulder and like look deeply into her eyes. And he'll say, "Is there something that I need to know right now?"
The location of your hat.
Hopefully you know how to fix this sick ship.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
Because Val's claiming the ship itself is sneezing and is sick.
Colt will glance at the door, then at Val.
Ametrine's just gonna continue to fake sneeze to like back up Val.
Out of character, I really don't want to like reveal Eliza without Alien here.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, that is the unfortunate nature of things. Sometimes shit happens.
I don't mind letting Val dig herself a bigger hole to put herself in and wait a week until he gets here. Colt will go, okay.
Yeah, Val looks like she's looking around for someone. I'm gonna assume Alien's taking a nap or something, and she's just like, wanting Alien to appear and help save her.
The door to the closet does swing open, and it's Alien sticking his head out. He just has a tissue up to his nose. He just kind of waves and sticks his head back in and closes the door.
Yeah, Alien didn't want me to tell you that he was sick because he thought you'd be too overprotective, and he didn't want to deal with that, so that's why I was lying. Sorry.
Okay. Well.
I am actually going to roll deception for that one to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, it's only 13, so you probably know that. So, nah.
Okay, well. Listen, if Alien and Matthew want to, like, bang one out in a broom closet, that's all on them. I don't really care about that. I don't think they need to be ashamed of
Matthew
that
isn't even
whatsoever.
here! He's looking after,
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Piers back home.
Thank you for reminding me.
She just looks bewildered.
Okay. Well, listen.
How did you forget that a whole person wasn't actually... okay.
Okay. All right. I'm
This
going to
may
go
be easier
find.
than I thought.
Yeah, there's. Okay. I'm gonna go find my hat. And
Good luck!
Thanks. Well, we're gonna have to chat about this later. I feel.
At
Yeah,
this
later,
point,
totally.
boat trying to find somewhere to hide the stupid hat.
All right. Roll investigation. Why not? Where would be the best place to hide the hat?
Let's see. An 8.
On your head.
All right. I'm messaging you the place that Rue thinks of putting it.
Perfect. He'll never look there.
All right. The scavenger hunt commences.
Colt will leave this area and march up to the front deck and go to the bow, unbraid his hair, and slowly braid his hair, specifically not looking for the hat to irritate Rue.
And it's at this time that a paper crane makes its way up to the bow like being buffeted by the wind, slowly working its way over towards Colt and bap right in the chest.
Son of a bitch. Yoink! And then...
You recognize the handwriting immediately. It's flowy, ostentatious, and the writing style is just over the top. My dearest Colt Sebastian Taylor, your friend Volo here. I have the utmost need of your assistance. As soon as you arrive in Neverwinter from wherever it is you're coming from, in parentheses he states, oh, and do please let me know how that went. Were there dragons? Were there trolls? Were there dragon trolls? I must know. Anyway, I've been working on a new book. Working title is Volo's Guide to Heroes. ... Again, still working on that, but I need to deliver a rough draft to my publisher. And it just so happens, a little birdie told me you were looking for very powerful mages. My editor is one such mage. If you pique his curiosity, he likes beer, you should pay him a visit. Enclosed is his address. He prefers Mr. Elminster.
Mr. Elminster? Well, we'll look at the note, raise an eyebrow, and then rip it up, throw it overboard, so no one else can read it.
And then right behind him is this, like, fucking on fire bat, like obviously a familiar, coming up lugging this like thick ass manuscript bound in twine, and he just chucks it.
Thank you.
And there you are.
Alright. Just gonna like stuff into his coat. Be some nighttime reading. I'll get back to... He's probably like a third of the way of braiding his hair. He'll braid it while thinking of where his hat could be, but specifically not wanting to look panically looking for it to give everyone any goddamn satisfaction.
Let's give you some investigation of the most likely places Rue would place something.
9!
Knowing Rue, she probably has it on her person.
Colt would probably stall for about half an hour, 45 minutes, see if he can draw her out. If not, then he would start casually walking around.
All right, well, over the next half hour, 45 minutes, anything else going on?
Rue is hiding.
Splendid.
Alright, if Rue doesn't come up, he will start top to bottom looking through everything, and we'll eventually come to that broom closet, so you let
She
me...
will be hiding in a lurky kind of way.
What does that mean?
I would also like to know what that means.
Like you're like behind a barrel looking at him and poking back down?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Rubbernecking. Got it.
Well, then, that would be a perception, I believe, to see if I fucking see you.
Yeah, do I have to roll anything against that?
So, I mean, there's two ways of doing this. I think the most common way of doing it is you roll stealth and we go it against his passive. However, if you're in a dark corner, you're invisible, so
invisible.
that kind of goes through. But again, 26, gotcha. So perception, I do want to touch on this. A lot of people focus on the sight aspect of perception, but it's also sounds and smells. So earlier when I was describing how you were coming up from behind Colt, you know, he didn't see you. He really didn't even hear you. You were did really well, but he did kind of smell that lock oil and
Right.
that kind of thieves tools. So even if you are invisible, which I would probably give advantage on, but like there could even be that slightest chance that you step on a creaky floorboard and he doesn't know exactly where you are, but he knows something's up.
Yeah, RP wise, that's the direction that I'd like to go. Like, he doesn't blatantly see me anywhere, but like you said, there's a creaky floorboard, or maybe he smells a little bit of the thieves' tools again, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows I'm around.
Well, my perception with reliable talent is 26.
What did we have? 26 and 28?
Yeah, 26 and 26.
Okay. Well, look at that. Okay. Well, they are equal. You are aware generally of her presence somewhere. Almost everywhere you go. You feel like she's watching.
Colt will clear his throat and say, "Listen, I appreciate what you're trying to do, I guess, here, but like, I would like my hats back, and it's a smidge annoying that you have felt the need to take it. So, like,
He
So
says, shouting around.
from the shadows, a crumpled up piece of paper is going to roll out. And when Colt examines it, it is a cartoon drawing of him missing his hat with a giant shiny bald spot.
I have to say, Rue, your charm is just fucking exquisite. I have to say.
Yeah, Rue's definitely gonna laugh at that.
You're able to more finely pinpoint.
I mean, is there a reason why you feel the need to, like, do this and whatnot? You've been assigned to pay attention to what I'm doing and report to Marcus, which in itself is fucking annoying. I don't sure why, like, this is like an added bonus for you and whatnot. As part of your assignment is to annoy me.
Rue is going to step out from the shadows and be like, more specifically, to clean up after you.
I don't see how taking my hat is cleaning up after.
Well, I mean, that just adds a little extra pizzazz.
Okay. I mean, sure. I cause
Rue
messes.
is going to, like, jestingly punch him in the shoulder and be like, you can't tell me that you didn't pull some of this stuff early on in your career. I've heard stories.
Yeah, sure. Growing up, I'm sure Star has. Well, I don't know how much she has mentioned about us, probably talking in vague terms, but there was a time where I didn't give a shit what people thought about me, and I did what I had to do and caused chaos to entertain myself and whatnot, but that very quickly became a problem, not only for me, but also Star and whatnot.
Rue is going to look a little sad and be like, I do care what people think.
Why do you do what you do?
Well, I mean, I'm young. I need some practice. And I don't like hurting people. So I'd rather do this to people that aren't going to try to kill me and then I have to kill them.
That's true. I don't think anyone here is going to run you through and throw you over the side. But what you do does make them perhaps feel less attached to you, less concerned for your safety, and that in itself is almost as big as a problem. Listen, when I was young, I liked to take things as well, because that was part of my training to be, quick with my hands. Thieves are, honestly, unremarkable. There's lots of them. That's why there's thieves' guilds. There wouldn't be a guild if there weren't a shit ton of thieves, okay? There's not a jugglers guild because there's only so many jugglers in the world, but there's a shit ton of thieves. That's why there's a thieves guild.
So, are you saying that I should drop out of the Thieves Guild and be a juggler?
I mean, you can't make as much money, but
Not interested then.
But listen, when I got a bit too sticky with my fingers, Star pulled me aside, and thieves take, obviously. All thieves do. The best thieves, the best ones at that skill set, not only take, but they also deposit, they plant, they put back, or they insert. So, when I was a young redhead without this fantastic hair and facial hair, instead of taking things, I would put candy into people's pockets. And if they found it, it was a sweet treat. If they didn't, they got ants. Equally hilarious. And I find that skill set of inserting things without people noticing to be much more impressive than stealing. It's the same skill set, only more refined. So if your honest goal is to refine and practice and be good at what you do, then when we get back to Neverwinter, you and I will go to the candy shop, find the stickiest, most annoying candy there is. Buy a bunch, and you can go about your business of refining your skills. And at worst, people will have sticky, chocolatey, caramely fingers. And it'll be annoying, but it won't be enraging.
Rue is gonna take a second and kind of process what he's saying, and then nod and very quietly go, I guess Star was right about this one too.
Star would not put you here if she didn't have faith in you. I don't think I need to tell you how important Star is to me and how important I am to Star. We are beyond friends and beyond family. She wouldn't put you here, she wouldn't assign you to me if she didn't trust you. In the past, when I've gone a bit off the reservation with the Blackhawks, because I don't like being told what to do, she would personally come and put me back on track. Obviously, the Blackhawks have some issues with me right now, so she sent you. And that in itself is not something you should miss or ignore.
Rue is gonna nod and go, alright, how about we do a practice run? And she's going to do pass without trace on herself.
How close are you standing to Colt while he's having this conversation?
I mean, normal, conversation distance, but she's gonna go in for a hug.
Okay. If you're hugging him, he's going to try to pull a knife off of you.
Perfect. Okay, that's gonna be a 35.
That beats my passive.
Yes, she slips Elian's ring into your pocket.
I'm going to roll a 39 to pull a knife off of you.
Oh, yep, it's all yours, buddy.
They just trade items. Just ching.
Colt will, after he comes back from the he'll hold up his knife like he took from her, and kind of like. Also, if you want to be really good, he puts the knife back in its sheath, and he will seemingly grab nothing, and then peel up, and you'll see this invisible glove suddenly appear, and it's gloves of thieving. Get yourself a pair of these, and he'll put the glove back on, and the glove will vanish again.
Okay, with some of this Dragon Horde gold, can you get me a pair of those, please?
I point you in the right direction to find a pair from a vendor.
Perfect.
But we'll put both his hands on his shoulder and say, listen, feel like you and I perhaps have not been on the same page. And it's partially my fault because I don't like being fucking babysat. However, I saw what you did during those last few fights. So, you're part of this crew. You may want to check in with Val, because she feels a bit raw about her ring thing. But honestly, if you bring her a cake, or eat, or drink with her, or try a prank on her, she'll probably forget about it in 20 minutes. But if you acknowledge that, she'll hug you, and I'll tell you what, that tiefling is the most loyal person. One of the most loyal people I know. She's also...
Rue is going to nod and very seriously say, yeah, I like her a lot better than you, honestly.
Well, to be honest, I am a very toxic person, and, as someone who's hung out with Star, we're both terrible people, but we work some way, so I don't mind that label whatsoever.
Rue is going to smirk and be like, whatever you do, don't check under your bed.
Well, golly, that's ominous, and we've almost had this entire conversation without me questioning every decision, but I'll just let that go.
Rue was going to slink back into the shadows and go back to drawing.
Have my hat back, please.
Don't know where it is. Sorry. Come back later.
For fuck's sake. Alright. Wait, bed. Go back to the bow of the ship.
All right. Well, from here, I'd like to jump into our first break really quick.
Yes.
Head to the bathroom, grab a snack, grab a drink. When we come back, further conversations in the world of ship travel.
Great. We'll be right back. Hello there. It's me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, your handsome swashbuckler rogue here on the Longshots D&D. This part of the session, we are currently on break. You're probably asking yourself, Colt, what happens during the break? What's going on? Why did you go? Well, you know what? Sometimes we eat snacks, bathroom breaks, and we can only sit for so long to stretch our muscles. But we do talk between the segments. So, if you didn't want to miss that, then my friends, go down below and join the Discord channel. The link is in below. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to us via the podcast, join the Discord channel and you can chat with us throughout the week and listen to the behind-the-scenes conversations and other fantastic stuff. And, well, hey, listen, sometimes these breaks are 5 minutes long, sometimes they're 10, but this break is over right now. And
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So, are we skipping on back to Neverwinter then?
Yes.
Okay. And back to Neverwinter we are, having your ship safe and sound in the harbor.
How long did it take us? How long did it take us to get back to Neverwinter?
About 2 days.
Okay, so enough time to change spells.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. I want to take Colt for a minute.
Okay.
I want to see if we can get the ship fixed.
Okay. I guess the White Sails Island would probably be the most logical place to get the ship fixed, right?
Yeah, I want a quote on how much it's going to take to get the ship fixed. And I want Colt to negotiate the best deal. Although I'm pretty good at it.
Well, I think Colt would go to White Sails not only with that, but also with the pirate evidence as well as the dragon's head, and fill them in on what they did while they were out and about. Collect whatever reward there was. Try to get the ship fixed at a good price and take over said trade routes. So, however that would happen.
Okay. That I will get up to over downtime so I can do some crunching of Xanathar's guide numbers.
If he needs
From
to use,
here.
if he needs to use panache to sort of get the most bang for his buck, he definitely will.
Yeah, why don't you just roll me a general persuasion check and I'll write down
General
that for later when I go to look.
Ooh, 27, baby.
Okay. Marking that down. Alright. So we'll have that having gotten done, we'll say it's favorable enough based off of what we're looking at there. Money's money. And we can always have that as a lovely aside when it comes time. So then let's see here. What else are we getting up to when we get back to town?
I would say on the first night, I mean, it kind of depends how late people stay up, but shortly after midnight, Star would show up with some folks, and she would take Colt's barrel of 50,000 gold and disappear into the night with it.
Facts. All right.
So that's up to anyone else if they want to question that or if they're all sleeping.
Well, the
I
one
feel like
person who'd
Rue
be up.
would be trailing you, but would obviously just let it happen. Is not going to say anything to anyone.
Just another doodle in the pad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alright.
We have a lot of money. Can I borrow some money to go buy a 1,000 gold piece silver mirror, please?
Don't you have 50,000 gold now?
She at least
I
has
don't-
9,000 in gems.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That's part of my rock collection.
Fair.
Okay, but you still have 50,000 gold there.
Okay. I don't keep track of that.
Well, you should.
Okay, I will add it to my inventory.
I am still listening. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I want to use 1,000 of it to find a mirror. A very pretty mirror.
Question. So, would Colt have seen you, Rue, jot down what he did with the barrel of gold, giving it to Star or whatnot?
I'll make a stealth check on that. Yeah, you would definitely see.
Cole would walk up to her afterwards and sort of glance at her notebook and then glance at her and go, I feel that like that last part you should run by Star first before you send that to HQ.
Rue is gonna roll her eyes and show how much she wrote in the pad, and it's gonna have the date and nothing of note.
He'll lean in. You know, when I was younger, boy howdy, did Star and I have our own little personal code system to write things down when no one wanted to do, when we didn't want everyone else to know what we were writing. So, with that said, oh, I think I already said it, so. Tips his hat.
Yeah.
Good night. Thanks for the hat. That's it.
Alright.
Yeah, Rue will leave it at that. They obviously have an understanding that that will not be reported back to Marcus.
Okay.
Excellent.
And Ametrine got a mirror.
Double excellent.
1,000 gold mirror, obviously for a spell.
Rue's
Sorry,
gonna
we
break
got-
into a candy shop overnight.
I'm sorry, we got a quote for the the Ametrine 416?
Did we get
Or is that a
repair thing, or is that part of our reward if you can get repaired.
Yeah, that'll be comped for you.
Okay, wonderful.
Bam.
Nice upkeep on that. You'll be okay. All right. Evening turns to morning.
Oh,
Did I get all the candy I'm looking for?
I believe you would have. How did you get in? Is all I want to know. Did you just smash and grab, or did you try to?
No,
Pick
I
the
mean, I've
lock.
been practicing with my thieves' tools, so I would have picked a lock, like made sure that there weren't any spells or anything protected, like just kind of a hole in the wall place. And I would have left some money in place of the candy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Did you have like a musical number? Like the Candyman can. The Candyman can. No?
Let's get down to business.
The Longshots, the musical.
You know what? I'd pay to see it.
I would not, because my voice is awful.
Well, you'd be in it.
I know that I definitely would pay for it. My improv show that I do weekly, we have musical games. In the 18 plus years we've done the show, I have never participated in any goddamn musical games. I just sit down with my arms crossed, like, you don't want to hear me. I'm awful.
Then what are you guys going to get up to today?
I'm gonna use mold earth to dig a hole in our backyard.
Okay. Anyone who would see this would probably find this strange, but
Like
there's
not a
hole being
big
dug.
hole. It's not a big hole. It's just a really, really deep one.
I mean, Colt will find this strange, but, like, it's not the weirdest thing he's seen Ametrine do. So, like, you're like, well, she's up to something, but okay.
So I think it's mold earth is not mold earth, sorry. Move earth. The other one. Last 2 hours. And I think I can move like 20 feet of earth every 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna keep going down.
Belle is going to wake up literally covered in ring pops with a note on top of like a sincere apology from Ro.
Val's delighted and she's eating one of them and she is completely immediately forgives Rue.
what does the note say?
It says, "Dearest Valhalla, I would like to say that Colt put me up to the thievery, but alas, it was my fault.
You son
I
of a bitch.
apologize for the misunderstanding. With much love, Rue."
Aww.
I
Yeah,
love
no,
it.
she's gonna find Rue. She's gonna try and find Rue. And give her a big hug.
Yeah, Rue wouldn't be hiding from her, so that could absolutely happen. And as a show of goodwill, Rue is not even going to try and steal anything. It'll be the first genuine hug from Rue of the entire season.
Aww.
Aww. Amazing. So happy.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna descend into conspiracies.
I can't wait.
Like,
Let's
out
see
of
it.
character or in character?
In
Sounds to me
character
like in
conspiracies.
character
Okay.
conspiracies.
Okay.
Okay, so my goal is to find out who the third disciple of Scion is. So I have can I use commune with nature to talk to my family? Or I could use commune with nature, or I have access to the dream spell.
That's more likely.
More likely? Okay.
I wish your camera was
Then-
on. I want to like see your face descend into madness right now.
I'm just on my phone.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
Here. Okay. So, dream. I'm gonna use the dream spell, like, I guess the night before, and I want to talk to my family.
Okay. So then,
Um,
let's see. Finding yourself in that very familiar crystal cave. Just a sense of peace and overall tranquility as you are in the familiar.
And I want to ask, like, first off, are they okay? Because I know they were dealing with some nightmares that
They
they were protecting me
seem
from.
weaker, less shimmery.
Okay. And again, I want to share with them everything that I've learned so far.
Okay.
Particularly about Scion.
All right. Give some cliff notes for the viewers.
God, remember what I know because I wasn't listening for half of it. Because I figured I'd just watch back.
Amazing. Love it.
Basically, I'm gonna say, like, look, there's these two guys that we fought, that both
I can hear you.
had. Sorry?
He stepped away, but he's listening.
Oh, okay. That both had like three like different forums, that all ended in like these weird floating skulls. And I realized that they were connected to the god Scion, who is the opposite of Avicen, who is the deity of life. So Scion is the guy who's coming to destroy everything. He's looking to destroy Avicen, and he's searching each of the different realm spaces in order to find her. And he's gonna come here. And I'm looking, but I feel in my heart of hearts that there is a third disciple.
There's a
And
collective
I'm looking for them. Do you sense their presence on Toril?
They all kind of, again, collectively hum and are like, and you said they displayed a certain great emotion.
Something overwhelming that I believe motivates them.
Thing with us, your experiences. Did you catch me?
No, I didn't hear you. Or at least I thought I did. But
They asked
I'm
you
now
to
realizing.
sing with them your experiences, so
Oh,
that
yeah,
way they
no,
can feel what you feel.
Yeah, no, and I feel I don't know what emotion it's connected to yet, but I know it's a strong negative feeling. I explained to them that Alistair was anger, and Ezekiel was pride.
Hmm. Let us see.
And I kind of share with those. I share with them like the deepness and like all encompassing feeling of those emotions that the heads that those beings were left with. And I'm looking for another being of that nature. If they see anything.
Roll me percentile. What'd you get?
Shit.
What did you get? Roll me percentile.
I rolled it 76.
Okay, there we go. 76. There is a few disturbances we can feel. There are many evils on Toril, yet some of them do maybe feel deeper, disconnected, perhaps. There is a great concentration of them. Feels like Baldur's Gate. Though not uncommon for there to be debauchery and hedonism in a city such as Baldur's Gate. Is this helpful?
Do you feel any in Neverwinter?
Suppose there is one who fits such a bill. Though their darkness is more turmoil, perhaps. Indecision. Regret. Loss.
Can you show me who?
Though we may not have the eyes, we can show you how it makes us feel, and a wave of emotions coming over you of what feels like centuries of struggle. Even day to day just seems monotonous and boring, but seemingly always looking over your shoulder.
Is this a song that I recognize?
Sort of familiar in a way. You've seen a few different people that have all felt like they're just going through day-to-day life on a whim. I mean, Meow's song was sort of similar to this. Colt's is kind of similar to it.
Okay. You said there were similar feelings in Baldur's Gate. Is
Yes.
that...
Is that what?
Could it be someone that we don't know?
Well, there are a lot of people on this planet.
There's so many people. Feels unlikely. Okay. Stay strong.
You as well.
Thank you. Promise that I will I will figure this out.
We believe in you. And when the time comes, all of Toril will stand with you.
Thank you. And I will wake up.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all.
No. No.
I
No.
I picked some good music for this.
You sure did. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to cast divination as a ritual.
Okay.
So I should be able to get a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity occurring within 7 days. I want to ask. I want to double check to make sure that. Well, I want to see if the third disciple of Scion will make it will show itself to the Longshots within the next 7 days.
Seventh light of the sky. Don't let opportunity pass you by.
Finally, we're going to take out the Stone of Golar. And I have not unattuned to it since the last time I've used it.
It's been a while since you've used it, so you'll have all 3 charges.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I'm going to say, hey, bud.
Hello. You know, normally I don't like to stay in one person's hands for so long, but quite honestly, I've weirdly enjoyed our time. You know, so many people were looking after Daggled Neverember's gold, and you folks have been so uninterested in this. I kind of just... What's the word you young humans say? I vibe.
Well, I'm glad
What
you're
is it
having
I can
fun.
assist you with?
Listen, if you can help me figure out, I have 2 issues, and we have 2 main issues that we need to figure out. If you can help me figure out both of them, I will set you free.
Oh,
Whoa!
well. Again, just so you know, I'm always willing to help, but it is, of course, wherever the magic takes us is the answer you get. Unless, of
Okay.
course, I've met somebody personally. Why, do you need to know an eldritch friend?
I wish.
All right, then.
But no. Okay, so I have 2 issues that I need to get to the bottom of. I need to know where Sarah is and how to help her. That's Meow's daughter. And I need to find the third disciple of Scion.
Okay, so in that order, then.
Okay. Let's.
All right. Let's explore the cosmos together, shall we? All right, and please hold as I
Okay.
pull up my my tabs for a couple different things.
My
Well,
heart, my heart is racing right now.
I told you I was gonna descend into
Fuck.
full conspiracies.
I picked up a few of those fucking keywords there, that fucking riddle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like
No.
having some of these riddles written out.
Yeah, no, so I think today we're gonna focus on the third Scion, the third disciple, because that's where my brain is.
That'll be the first one you ask about.
That's gonna be, well, today. I'm not ready to free the stone today.
Well, no, you're good. I'm just saying you get up to 3 questions with whatever, and that stone ain't going anywhere. So,
No.
what's the first question you're asking, Legend Lore?
Well, who is the third disciple of Sion?
Focus thee on Disciples 3 when the number is actually more.
So there's more than 3 disciples.
Everyone has the capacity to be. It's who reaches the breaking point first.
Who is the possible disciple in Neverwinter?
Last of her line. Heir to a kingdom.
No.
Now spends her days running rampant and acting investigator, thief, warrior. Did you catch that?
Yep. No, I'm thinking of a third question.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm listening, but I'm probably gonna I'm gonna rewatch this
Me too.
over and over and over.
This is terrible.
Who are the possible disciples in Baldur's Gate?
A military man past his prime.
Huh.
You have one question left.
I think I used all 3. Fuck.
Are you asking about Sarah still? I just didn't know if you were locking that one in.
Not today.
Okay.
I need to conspirize a bit more about that one.
I had that
today.
locked and loaded.
Okay, but I appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, I promise. In the coming soon, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out together.
I cannot
will be
wait
released.
for the coming soon.
You will be released. I promise. Thank you so much. And I will remain attuned to this guy.
Perfect.
Okay. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out my fancy mirror.
Okay.
I'm going to scry as a ritual on. First, I'm going to do it on Star.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Right.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Do you have a bit of her hair or anything? Or maybe a possession or a garment or a likeness or a picture?
I have her love.
We'll go likeness.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't remember if I have her hair.
You probably have something in her possession, I would imagine.
Yeah, I feel like because I gave her. She has one of my rocks. Like she has one of my crystals from like my head. I know that.
Okay. So, when you are taking a look at Star, she is not aware of your presence, due to some modifiers that happen when you're very familiar with the target that you scry. She's sitting in a sort of back alley, two chairs kind of propped up, and she's throwing darts at a dartboard affixed to a wall. There is a tabaxi there in this sort of darker leather armor and a slight cloak, but it's got like this red trim. They seem to be in a middle of conversation about some kind of shipment or something that's coming by train. No idea what a train is.
No, but we did see trains. We did see the trains that Alexander was playing with.
Indeed. She mentions something about a ingress point in the nearby city of Luskin, which is not too far to the north of Neverwinter.
Anything else in the 10 minutes, Rye?
By this time, the meeting would be wrapping up.
Okay.
But importantly, the other Tabaxi fellow is, stressing the urge that he needs to leave before the warden notices he's here.
God. Okay. Cool. I'm okay. When the scry is done,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's possible, but I want to try to scry on the military man in Baldur's Gate.
Oh boy.
Well,
Oh,
we're gonna make that secondhand knowledge and no
Like,
likenesses
having-
or possessions or anything. So we'll
yeah,
see.
like having felt his emotions. Excuse me. Again, like knowing of him, and yeah.
Let's go ahead and now
Well,
have you roll percentile. Baldur's Gate's a big city, and furthermore, it's the base of operations of a group of mercenaries called the Flaming Fist, amongst other things. So,
37. Not great.
There's a really dingy bar, go figure, for Neverwinter. Baldur's Gate. Where a group of folks, again, in black leather armor, with a familiar hook-like symbol, are all kind of gathered around this map, and the fellow you're focused on is giving a speech about trying to take Waterdeep back from the Xanathars and the Zentarim, and how it would be an important step in their organization to get their grandest port city back.
Okay. Anything else for the next 10 minutes?
A lot of military and cloak and dagger kind of stuff. I mean, some nice battle plans you can take a look at, and should you remember, may be able to replicate. They did talk about trying to spring this attack within the next month or so, with or without extra help.
See anyone that could resemble a retired military man?
Yeah, literally the guy you're focused on. He's
Oh.
kind of like grizzled and gray now.
Okay. I'm gonna summon Mittens.
With what? Your chalk bits?
Yes.
All right. Drawing your chalk circle on the wall and having it sink in, a segment of the chalk sort of shortens down. It sinks into the wall. At which point you can hear like some pots and pans clattering, and he goes, "Oh, hold on. Mittens will be there momentarily."
Sorry, it's just me.
Oh, you've caught me right in the middle of a cooking lesson. How can I be of assistance? Do you need to travel? Is this
No.
the Eberron trip?
No, not yet. But I found someone. Look, and I want to explain everything that I found to him.
His eyes are just going to slowly get bigger and then smaller and bigger as the reveals keep happening. And he's like,
And I'm
"This
using
is a lot."
this is tons. And I'm gonna telepathically send him an image of the Tabaxi guy who was afraid of the warden. Do you recognize him?
He is encroaching on my territory, yes. This is Eberron's warden. He's supposed to be guarding their staircase, not taking back doors into mine.
Listen,
I will speak with him on this.
I would say hold off for now.
Okay.
I think I need to look. There's some sort of conspiracy going on.
Are you sure
and-
you did not just eat something bad?
Probably. I have no idea, but it's just there's so much in my head going on, and I need to tell the Longshots, but I don't know if I can tell Colt about Star. Or like there has to be something that we can do to prevent her from becoming a disciple. If it is her.
He
I don't
kind of
know,
scratches his
I don't
chin
know,
and says,
the clues seem to lead to her.
"If what you tell me about what your family said is true, then perhaps it is not too late. From what they say, everyone has capacity to be, but are they yet? You believe
I don't know
everyone
if
can
you realize
change, no?"
this. Of course. I mean, the earth changes all the time.
She kind of has her shoulder like patted on by Mittens, and he goes, "You know, this is what I like about most mortals. Yourself excluded, because, geez, how old are you? But everyone has capacity for change, and so long as we are willing to go the extra mile to find it, nurture it, see it grow, this is what makes good person."
Yeah. No, I believe
Good.
that.
You are the last person I would wish to see on a witch hunt. That being said, though, wow, golly, this is crazy.
I want to find these people so that I can help them be good. I mean, it's not really a concept that I understand, but I don't want them to be taken in by all that horrible negativity. I don't want to see them lose themselves like Alistair and Ezekiel did.
Well, what should we do?
I don't know. I mean, I have all this information. I just don't have a plan.
Well, suppose You could always strike first. I had actually been meaning to contact each of you. Lady Avison is ready to begin whenever you are.
Is she safe and doing well? What does she
Yes.
think of all this?
She's glad that she has fostered a world in which such heroes can rise to an occasion. Furthermore, she is ready to put back all the lives that were lost in Scion's name.
Wonderful. Tell her that I'm thinking of her and I wish her well. I think it's time for me to tell the Longshots.
Indeed. Stay strong.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for interrupting your cooking lesson.
The entire time, by the way, he's had a cooking apron on and a chef hat.
I used up your talk to contact you. You don't have to happen to have another piece, do you?
He kind of scrapes some off the wall and like sprinkles it back onto your chalk piece, which regrows that back up. He goes, do not try that yourself. You will break nails.
To look at her hand. Okay. Thank you so much.
It's here that when he walks away, a large black bird, a raven, kind of lands down up on the roofs above you in this alleyway. And another.
Oh.
And another. And another.
Oh, that's everybody.
There's about 4 of them that are just sitting up there, tilting their heads.
And is this is that for, because I'm in a hole.
Then you would be in the hole with
I'm just,
birds peeking down from the hole.
oh God. Cool. Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna crawl out of the hole.
When you finally get to the top of the hole, the world around you is black. Not like you can't see the hand in front of your face black, but just a void almost. But there's a shimmering, silvery gold line that works its way straight ahead of you. And slowly these kind of stones and bits of earth rise up to make a sort of zigzaggy but roughly straight-lined path.
Dream?
You don't know. You pinch yourself and it hurt.
Ready. I start calling out everybody's names. Like, just looking for them. Colt, Rue, Elian, Valhalla, Radagast. And I guess I don't hear any responses.
No.
I will follow the path.
Kind of walking through, you can hear that like silvery gold thread almost hum just a little bit. Kind of
What's it
as you're,
humming?
just like a low, dull tone, just like a mmm.
I'll try to harmonize with it.
In doing so, this almost entirely shadowy black figure is kind of like walking alongside you at that moment. The moment you harmonize, it's almost like it vibrated into existence, and it's holding up this line like it's thread and kind of gestures for you to do the same.
Do I recognize its shape?
I mean, it's vaguely humanoid, that's about it.
Okay. I'll copy it.
You walk for a few more paces before you can see other paths begin to make their way out. And sure, the thread may split, but as you kind of see further out, as it begins to build, most of these paths do collapse back onto one main path to rejoin the main thread as it continues outward.
Where are these taking me? Is the figure still there?
Mm-hmm. In many octaves and many vocal styles that I can't replicate with my one voice,
No.
they answer, destiny.
Do I recognize the voices? Like, they're not. It's not my family, is it?
No. It's a cacophony of voices. You may have heard any single one of these just kind of archetypally in your travels.
Whose destiny?
Yours, mine, and everyone else's.
I'm desperately curious. I want to see where it leads.
He says,
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Is follow the line? Will it take me out of here? Back to the long shots?
No, I am merely showing you the way. This, he kind of pulls the thread a little bit and like gives it a flick, which lights it up down the entire path. And looking around you, you can see millions and millions of threads pulling in all different directions to this gigantic knot at the middle of an unfathomably long distance, which kind of grows up into this massive tree-like structure made of light just radiating out. This is the fates. This is destiny. Not the concept, but personified. Everyone has their story to tell, and you are on the correct path. Your instincts will guide you. But know now, the coming days are the trying ones. I have foreseen the way your story should end, though it's up to you to see it through.
And everyone else? Are they on the right path?
As far as I can tell, your destinies are all intertwined, leading all the way to the great knot. Just arm outstretched. Their
is the knot?
fates are yours. This is where everyone ends and begins. Lives unravel at its base and form anew at the top. One person's changes to history affect some others. A constant cycle.
And what happens if Cyan finds this?
Then someone else's thread will lead them here. That's the funny thing with destinies and fates. They sound almost saddened in a way, if I can give any emotion from that.
And why did you bring me here?
Because your thread, he looks down, and as he pulls it up, it shimmers, but it kind of flickers before giving off its full brightness for a few moments and dimming back down. Your fates are less clear than they have been. In order to keep his head kind of tilts and then goes back down. In order to keep what should transpire, you must be firm in your convictions. Stay the course. Trust in those around you.
Can I see the Longshots lines?
With another flick, they, with a hand, kind of pull these threads from the ether, all kind of bound together, almost in a double helix kind of formation. Looking behind you, you can see where each of your individual threads were once apart, and somewhere along the line, they all tangled together. And as they reach out, again, it's not quite a perfect straight line, but it does snake its way to the knot.
And is there anything different about it than the other lines? Go. If that makes sense.
Nothing in particular, though I guess it's the pulsing nature of it. It seems like every other line you can see is defined, constantly burning. This one, and your Tangle, is blinking. It's in flux. It says, very rarely throughout time are there individuals who have more of a sway of the fates than others. You folks have perhaps already experienced this. And this is how I knew where to find you and when to find you. When I leave you, you'll go to discuss matters with your friends. And when you do, there will be no going back. The path you tread is a dangerous but needed one. Soon a line in the sand will be drawn, and the side that you're on will dictate how this unravels.
I understand. Is there anything that you can tell me that would help with those coming days? Any wisdom? I mean, I guess you've been giving me nothing but wisdom. Sorry. It's,
My
I'm-
goal is just to see these threads reach a natural conclusion. Though I do, from time to time, interact with mortals. If I were to offer any suggestions, kind of pulling your thread up along with the tangle of the long shots and kind of straightening it out. A conflict in a foreign place. He kind of extends another length. Another. In a realm, a space, out of any you've seen. And here, there's a spot that seems almost like it was stitched together. This is the moment you all choose.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
I just want to feel it. Maybe harmonize with it a bit.
And as you do, make me a wisdom save.
Good. $20, not nat.
A flurry of images pass through your mind, though you're able to center yourself enough to kind of focus in on them as they occur. A fleet of Mind Flayer ships, a large astral dragon, one of the long shots, all of the long shots, individually at the same time or alone, are receiving a blessing from who? Avison or Scion or both. Flashing through.
What are you called? What's your name?
I am life. I am death, destiny, fate. Though, normally, the Raven.
Thank you.
The words turn more soft-spoken. He goes, no. Thank you for what you will do, what you must do.
Understand. I want to harmonize with the being
Okay.
and just give, I don't know, vibes, warmth, I guess. Genuine, like, I don't know, just it's not even like emotions, I guess, just a connection.
Let's see. All right.
I think I'm ready to go home.
He says, from now on, you will be my voice and the voice of everyone else's lives that you hold so dear. Awaken now and go forward on sure footing. The figure sort of bows a shadowy head.
I'll reciprocate.
Before, in an instant, you've been staring into a raven's eyes, climbing out of the hole.
I jump back a little bit surprised. Oh.
It squawks and flaps, and the four of them ascend into the sky.
Thank you. I take a deep breath. And I say let's pass it on to someone else, because that was a lot.
That was a lot.
lot.
That was a lot.
Hey, what kind of armor do you wear?
Glamour studded.
Okay.
Can we take a quick 3?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll have to
I was
No,
discuss.
I'm
so
so sorry.
Right?
I've been trying to work you in, I promise.
Oh boy.
My head is spinning.
Oh boy. Alright, we'll be right back. Hey, it's me, Colt Sebastian Taylor again. You remember me from the last break. Yes, this session is again on break. Could be 5 minutes, could be 20 minutes. Depends on how much liquids everyone has had before the actual session. But you're probably yourself, hey Colt, what happens throughout the week with the long shots? Well, my friends, go below, join the Discord channel, and you won't miss a thing. It's basically lots of memes and people kind of poking fun at each other, but it's a very fun little Discord channel. You can keep up with us and listen to us between the breaks as well on the live voice chat. Maybe remind us of certain abilities we may have, stuff like that. So go below, join the Discord channel, and then, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, then subscribe to the podcast. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, shall we get back? I hope things are going well. I'm sure they are.
All right, coming back in from our last trippy visual. Meanwhile, while Ametrine was gazing into the eyes of a raven, Colt and Vel.
Yeah, so Vel's probably trying to find Colt, wherever Colt is. To have a chat.
Roughly what time of day is it?
We're gonna go with about midday, getting maybe 4 to 5.
Okay, around that time, Colt's probably at the Longshots trailer / mansion / yurt built-in bar. Sort of just making cocktails for himself and whoever else is there and whatnot.
Vel will just slide on up and say, "Stop.
Hey,
How are you doing, Colt?"
I'm doing okay, I suppose. Lots been going on, but pushes the drink over to her. Fine, I suppose.
I just noticed you've been. As long as if someone else is in the room, she'll ask him to come aside. But I'm assuming no one else is.
Yep.
So
You're all good.
she'll just say, "I've noticed you've been a bit more withdrawn, and I'm a little bit worried about you. And if me keeping, I know I'm keeping a secret. If that is hurting you, it's not really. It is kind of my secret, but it's also kind of someone else's secret. But if it's hurting you that I'm keeping a decent secret from you, then I'll tell you. Because I don't want that to come between us."
Colt kind of smiles and kind of dips his head for a moment and looks at her. Vel, sister, this world is full of secrets. I don't mind if you keep a secret from me. I trust you. I love you.
Thanks, I love you too.
If you don't feel like you should or need to tell me something, then you don't.
I think that's something you would probably want to know. But it's also, it's just, I need to make sure that everyone involved is ready to tell everyone before I can because I don't think it's super dangerous or anything. But
I trust you.
thank you.
Simply put. And
yeah.
that's fine. I mean, listen, I know that perhaps I have been a bit different lately. I've been thinking about a lot of things. Do you remember when we reunited in the bar or outside of Isaac's on the farm all those months ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Since then, we have been going nonstop. There has not been like a day or two where we weren't doing something, we weren't venturing towards somewhere where there wasn't like a timeline. And
Yeah.
things are actually at the moment. I can't think of anything where there's like a pending thing. We got the things to do, obviously, but like, I'm not rushing to do something. I'm not pushing to go somewhere. There's not something to be saved. We're not going for stars. We have to make a wedding. And I'm just considering a lot of what's going on and whatnot.
Are you worried because there isn't something going on, or?
No, I just have time to slow down. And when I slow down, I naturally tend to be a bit more protective. There's less bandwidth for me to sort of put up my defensive walls. So I'm sort of taking a breather.
Okay. It's good that you get to take a breather, build back up any walls you need.
And I don't know how much I want the rest of the long shots to know about this, but our respective father,
The dead one?
the dead one, yes, spoke to me recently.
Val kind of looks a bit shocked. She says, like you drank too much, or like a ghost?
Well, not drinking.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a ghost or if I'm losing my mind, but I feel like it's a presence that I don't know what's going on there. Have you spoken to anyone who no one else saw?
No.
Okay.
Well, I know you, Colt. I don't think you're losing your mind. I don't think you're crazy. I think I mean, there's a lot of magical shit that goes on in this world.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should try and find some sort of expert in possession, maybe, or whatever is possibly going on.
Maybe. I don't know if I want to go that route yet.
Alright, let me see if I can talk to him. Hey, Alistair, she says, and thinks really hard about talking to Alistair. Alistair, she starts like saying it out loud and in her head, just like constantly like an annoying child.
Before finally, yes, my child.
Leave Colt the fuck alone.
Sounds like I've made you angry.
Annoyed. More so than angry. It's just, why are you persisting? Why are you sticking around when there's nothing for you here?
I can't leave any more than you want me to leave. I'm trapped with each of you.
You know anything about how, why, what we can do to stop it, fix it?
Suppose really the only way to fix it is death, I would assume, but I'll make myself scarce.
Yeah, don't just randomly talk to people and make them think they're crazy. That's not cool. Goodbye, and she dismisses him. Turning back to Cole.
I mean, did you talk out loud or was this all in your head?
Val was definitely talking out loud.
Did you hear him also?
Oh yeah. No,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's definitely in my head too.
Okay.
He's probably in everyone's head then. I reckon we need to talk to some sort of magic. With the magic stone. We should talk to the magic stone.
Okay, that sounds good.
We need to find Ametrine.
We'll find Ametrine in
1 week.
shortly. Yeah, one. It'll seem like a week, but just very soon.
We
You guys look out the window.
To find us, and
You-
we skip
you
each other,
guys-
yeah.
You look out the window and she's staring at a bird.
Well, let's let her do that bird thing for a while. Then we'll go bother her.
Okay.
Colt will put his Colt will he'll put his hand on his shoulders like he's done many times before, and he'll look her deep in her eyes and say, "I feel better now telling you this, but let's keep an eye on each other. I feel like
Yeah, in case he decides to possess us and make us evil.
that obviously, but I have I don't know, a sense that we're going to get in trouble again. And I want you to know that whatever happens, I have your back. Because I know you'll have my back.
I was about to say yes, and I'll have yours, but you kind of ruined that cool moment. Alright.
I understand. Both of us are in this to the end. Okay? Whenever we go.
Together. Of course. She gives him a big hug.
Well, hugs are as tight as he ever does.
Yeah.
Glad you're my sister.
I am really glad you're my brother.
And I'll tell you what, even if you weren't my sister, you'd be my sister.
I know that because we literally said that before we found out that we were siblings.
That's true. That was some deep lore we dropped back later.
So then
Let's go
it's
find
from
out.
here that I'd like to head north to the city of Luskin, where,
Fucking epilogue.
coming off of a ship in the dead of
Oh.
night, a series of crates is unloaded before a small crate is also unloaded. A group of black leather clad figures and one in a cloak approaches the box before cracking it open, and a golden glow kind of fills their face. A smirk, a smile before the lid shuts. See you next week.
Oh! Gosh.
Oh,
So much deep fucking lore tonight.
Yep.
Wow.
sorry.
Wow.
You never know when it's gonna hit.
Amazing.
The mistress of lore drop, Ametrine.
I said at the beginning you were going to carry the episode, and you followed through.
Fucking did.
Yeah. No, I warned you guys I was gonna go full conspiracy theorist.
Amazing.
and
Next week,
I
we're gonna do goofy
casted
shit.
everything.
You sure did. Holy moly.
Now- Next week will be the last session that I am with you guys for 2 weeks. So you won't see me again until July the 19th. After next week, of course.
However, after next week, we'll announce it now. I, Colt Sebastian Taylor, will have a 2-week one-shot with, hopefully, folks who are available. I assume they are. Exploring a dark timeline of the Longshots. I have a lot.
Ooh.
Hopefully, I can get it done in 2 weeks. Let's see what happens. But yeah. And this week I'll hit everyone up because you will need to copy and modify your fucking characters because things are going to be terrible.
Amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, folks, as always, if you've got any questions for me afterward, let me know. I'll be around. I got to put dinner away and a couple of other things, but
Oh, you
Yeah.
know me. I'll be texting you throughout the week.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what. I mean, I miss obviously Alien, Ragast, Bertram. But boy howdy, these 4-person lore drop fucking short tables. Holy shit, we got a lot. There's a lot to digest this week. Oh boy. Alright, we are going to raid gaming related because they have an interesting map going on there. So we'll hit them up.
Let's do it. We love interesting maps.
Interesting maps. Until next week, I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor. That's Silent Buck. As for Valhalla and Rue and Ametrine, we'll see you next week.